Hi, it's Xavier, and welcome to my bonsai retreat. Today we're going to deal with one of those unusual plants I had to go at last year, the Olearia. Olearia? Yeah. It's a kiwi tree, I think, from origin, and I picked up a pile of them, as I always do, in my jaunt up to Stronzo in the Orkneys. Apparently they absolutely root readily from branch cuttings. And as I grabbed a hold of it, I just wanted to see whether or not they'd make any good as bonsai. So I think there's a video probably showing up somewhere there where I did some work, some wiring, and hey, let's have a look and see what we've got. Got 5 of them. Some of the wires digging in, so they obviously put on some growth. I'm not repotting anything. I'm just going to have a look and see what we've got. So this first one, okay, no intention of repotting, but you see how well they're held in the soil. Certainly got a good mat of roots on the bottom, so rooted well. I might just, I wonder if I can put that into a smaller pot. I might find a smaller pot to put that into. I obviously had the wire there, so front is looking there, so we'll clean out here. Take the wire off first. Now it's clearly it's an evergreen. Got certainly that's some nice bright new growth on it. So what we'll do straight away is clear out what's going on in the insides. I mean, interesting. I think I can. Well, let's get. Tell you what. Rather than blabber, let's get the wire off. I'll pull you in close while I'm doing that, and then you can tell me what you think of the tree. Yeah, so we've definitely got a little bit of branch bite. Higher up. And it's my fault because, as I say, it's sitting in the bottom of the garden, and I lost track of them, to be honest. So this will give me an opportunity to find out how well they. I mean, it's got quite. If you look at the bark texture, it's quite a rough one. So I would imagine that, in fact, there's the bite. Because of the colour of the bark, it's very hard to actually see it anyway. It's definitely, the depressions there are about 2 or 3 millimetre. I've got another 4 of them that I didn't touch, and looking at them, I think, if I was honest with myself, you know, these were the best samples. I'm really not going to bother with the other ones. So they will probably go in my discard pile. And they're really not suitable for anything. Well, we've got a load of junk down here, which we really don't want. So let's get rid of that. So I can actually see what's going on down here. Wire in there. Yeah, it's quite nice. You actually don't see the wire scars at all. So we can probably take that stub back a lot more. Leave a little bit on there. They're quite dirty underneath. Now that could be just where I was, where they were. Move a few of the bigger leaves, a couple of the sicker leaves, and see how that responds. We'll just keep. I'm not going to do anything more. I'm just going to let that go out. Here we've got some shoots there. We'll shorten to those. But we will take the, yeah, no, thinking about it. Let's see how it responds. See if it produces new growth from those points. So we've got a lower part down there. Oh, be quiet. Where are you, Mr. Bird? We've got this big bit here. And what I will say, a lot of sap in there. So I'll be interested to see what results from that. Got a nice clear sap resin that came right up through the surface there. So I might seal those off straight away. Okay, so I've just got some cut paste on there. Bark peels away quite easily. So if we're looking there, again, these are looking at what we're looking to be our trunk, primary branches coming up. Obvious cut will be this one. So go to 2. And to say, this is about, you know, there's been no drilling all morning. And I thought, you know what I'll do? I'll get out now and just do this. Let's just clear out. That's too far. Let's be honest, what we would be doing is we'd be taking it back. If it was a maple or anything like that, we would be taking it all the way back to 1 or 2 leaf pairs to encourage a greater flush. I'm not going to be mucking about with the roots, so there'll be a maximum amount of energy in there. Okay, maybe I lied a little bit. I am going to put it into this smaller pot. I've just cut off the bottom of the roots there. There was a lot of root there, but I'd like to get into just some nice beer draining soil. Now, I'm not actually going to play around too much with the main root ball. Okay, well, there it is. That's the Olearia number 1. I quite like it. We'll see what happens after this. I'm going to put Dougie's balls in there just to give it some feed. Bit of better free draining soil, but we'll give it a spin. I have no idea yet how it'll respond and what sort of flush we're going to get in the second part of the year. I suppose into the spring, summer. And this is the thing, when you pick up trees you've never used before and you can't find anything online, this is the way to do it. Treat it like you would a standard evergreen. If it's deciduous, you do the same thing. Get a few of them and just experiment. I now know that it takes wire well and also hides scarring very well, because you wouldn't be able to see the scars. Survived the winter, happy with that. Now I'm going to see what happens when I try and push it to do a new flush and see how long it takes and take a note of it. So let's have a look at the other one, shall we? Next one. Again, good root growth. Got a stub there we want to get rid of. Not quite sure what I was going to do with this one. Imagine that's a wire candidate. Don't know. No idea what the roots are like. So what we will do is okay, so there's no flexibility in that down there. Let's wire up this tree here. Okay, I've just put a bit of wire on it. I mean, this is really ropey. I have no idea how this is going to work out. But now we test the flexibility, because we definitely need to pull this one over more. Very, very false looking, that is. Okay, so, maybe that it'll be like that, I don't know. I'm really not bothered with this as a tree, and this isn't one I would get, if I was really honest, to be fair, this isn't going anywhere, but sometimes I'll just put stuff on the back burner and just see. I can use this to observe back budding and find out how it responds, but yeah, I mean, this is pretty naff really. In truth, I've wasted a load of wire on it. Maybe at an angle. Don't know. I noticed the soil mix of this is quite a friable one, so I'll clean off the moss. There is a decent root spread down there, so I don't know. Okay, so that's the second one. Nothing to write home about, but hey, let's not give up on it yet. Looking at this, it's a mess, to be honest. I don't even like that. Okay, I'm going to make a decision, I think, on this one. Unless something really obvious appears. A lot of dieback deep in there. That wire's already starting to bite in. You know what? I could do something with it, probably. Do I like it enough to wire and waste my time on? No. So in this case, I might salvage a bit of wire, but that's going to go into the scrap pile, I think. That's just a very straight trunk, no interest in it whatsoever. We've got this horrible thing there with one branch coming off. You know, I suppose I could potentially do something like that. But I don't like it. Don't like it. Got a pop. About being honest and recognising how much time have you got. If you've only got a few trees, then yes, you could probably have a go and see if you can make something from it. But I've already got a load of ropey trees, I don't need to make another one. This next one fills me with joy as well. Look at it, what a magnificent specimen. What a future prize winner this is. I think the problem I'm noticing with this species is if you don't get the trunk right, then these big expanses, there's just nothing I can do with that. I was watching all last year, absolutely no back budding from anywhere there. So unless I'm willing to take that and that to go up to here, I've got to look and see what I can get from the base here. And I've got a feeling it's going to go the same way as the other one. It's not what I call a species that's lending itself to bonsai. Gosh, I wasted a pot on it as well. Just see if we can see something from this form here. It might be unusual. I wish that's got a bit of bend in it. That's just absolutely deadpan straight. No, I wouldn't consider LAing this up there either. It's not enough interest. Band yourself very straight. That might. I don't know, it might. It might. I don't know what it might do. Put in your comments what you think this one might do. I don't want to waste fertiliser on it. Being close there. They're not a very clean looking tree. can't get past this. See what grows lower down. I can't be having that. You know what? Just for the sake of it's in a pot. I don't need to wire it. I'm not going to wire it. Let's just see if something happens that makes me go wow later in the year. And if anyone there has gone wow, please let me know in the comments. I don't like it. Okay, well this next one is just as outlandish. I like this one because of the interesting root structure. So I'm in this one, unlike the last one where there was no root structure at all to make it, this is the roots that make me want to try and get something with it. Now I kept this long branch here because I wanted to see whether you get back budding, but you didn't. So let's get rid of it. It's just a shame that the budding seems to happen at the junction. So maybe if that grows out, we've got something here. You don't want the downward one. Just trying to work out, it's not particularly, might be able to put wire on that. Okay, so maybe I can wire those down. Oh no, very breaky branch there. It's the roots I like. I'm not sure whether there's enough I can do with this. Very brittle, you can feel it's very brittle. Do I? Okay, the only hope is this is purely for those roots. I've got a bud coming there and a bud there. If something grows from there, maybe that's where that tree's going to go. Yeah, why not? Why not indeed? Oh, they're not strong enough to wire, really. Okay, I don't really need to say much more about this. You know why I'm doing it, the roots. That Nabaris, that's worth it. Very woody. I need that to grow. I need that to continue to grow out or up. And I really want to see if we can get something there. I'm going to let that continue to grow, to strengthen. But looking at it, it's at a weird point actually on this. There's actually a bud coming from there. You know what? Olearia, Olearia. They don't fill me with joy. I think if we recap what we've got, this is probably a nice little project one. I'll be very intrigued each year to see what I can do and whether I can get structure to grow from there. But they grow very straight, so you need to get that wire on quickly by the look of it. That's not bad. But I think truthfully, I think we'll all probably accept that out of the Olearia experiment, this is probably the only one that's really got some obvious potential, and it has one big issue with it. One is we've got a little inverse swelling here. Bark peels away, interesting. One to watch. Anyway, I hope you've had fun with me down the retreat. It's definitely an unusual tree. Will I go out and buy any more of these Olearia? No. Will I bring any more back from Bonsai? No. The other 3 or 4 are worse than those. I won't bother with those at all. This one, really interested. This one, all depends how things develop. And the other 2, well, I think it's only because I don't actually have to do anything much with them, but I don't like either of those either. So, from Xavier, having had a bit of fun with an unusual species from New Zealand. Thanks very much for watching. Hope you've got some sort of enjoyment out of it. I think we're probably going to go to maples and things like that pretty soon. They're stacking up. I'm looking for the sun to come out, to be honest. Apparently the sun's going to come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar it's tomorrow. But before we do go, notice the scene change. I've just realised I've collected a whole load more subscribers' pictures. So should we go to Subscribers Corner and just have a quick look at those before we sign off? In fact, we'll sign off from Subscribers Corner, shall we? Have a look. Some great pictures there. Yards better than mine, and especially look at the way that Alex Braunton's oak has been coming on since I hacked it to pieces last year in this famous video. Anyway, from Xavier, in the Bonsai Retreat, happy bonsai and God bless. Cheers.